Alright, we're on our way over to the garage right now. Things are starting to show up for Goldie Hawn. Got some gaskets and other stuff you'll see in a second. But before we get started, I do want to say there's merch available. First link down below. I keep forgetting to actually say it on camera. But yeah, there's t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, a bunch of different designs, much like this Snyder Speed Shop one. Always keep your hands on the wheel. But at least go check it out. You guys might see something you like. If you don't, who cares? But as soon as we get to the garage, I'll show you some of the things that just showed up. Okay, let's take a look at some of the parts that showed up today. We got some LS1 MLS head gaskets. I went with the LS1 style just because the bore fits a little better instead of the LS9, which is a bigger bore, but they're super popular. Then we got exhaust gaskets. I got 2 sets because they were so cheap, and I know I'll need some in the future with James Brown. Then we got the copper spray. This was like $8. And then the actual most expensive piece is this Vibrant Performance vacuum block. And what this does, for anybody that may not know, I'm sure a lot of you guys do know, but if anybody out there doesn't know, what this does is you tee this into a vacuum source. Most commonly, it's your brake booster. You tee this into that. That goes into the main plug right there, the main port there. And then once you have that teed in, you have 6 individual little vacuum ports that you can use for things like your blow-off valve or your boost gauge, things like that. So this just cleans up the engine bay a whole lot, makes things a whole lot more efficient. You get a cleaner signal, and you don't have a bunch of vacuum lines running all over the place. Now this I probably won't get to today because I'm not going to be able to put the intake back on until the injectors show up. Well, I mean I could, but I really don't want to. So this, I'm going to wait until the intake's on so I know where to put it, although I'm probably going to put it like over here on the top of the firewall or something like that. It's just kind of out of the way and it cleans it up a little bit. But for right now, all I want to do is just start cleaning up these heads, get them degreased and stuff, because as much as I like the whole sloppy mechanics ideology, I do still like having clean parts when I can. So I do want to at least degrease them, clean them up a bit, try to make them look a little purty, and then probably start throwing it back together. I'm not sure if we'll get to that tonight because it's pretty late. Got a really late start on the day. Still need to make it over to line to drop off the headers. Hopefully going to be able to do that tomorrow, so I might make this video like 2 videos in one. But for now, I'm going to quit getting distracted. We're going to start cleaning up these heads. And since these are the 2 that I've just got laying around, let's see how the Oil Vanish professional grade ultimate cleaner does against the Gunk all-purpose. I don't know if there's going to be any noticeable difference, but I've got 2 cleaners, and I've got 2 cylinder heads, and I've got 2 curiosities. So let's get to that. So the intake side is without a doubt the greasiest part of these heads. So that's the side we're going to focus on right now. And the side on the left is going to be the Gunk. And I'm just going to saturate everything and worry about the consequences later. Not a sponsor, by the way. I don't know if I should say that or not. And then the side on the right is going to be the Oil Vanish. So right off the bat, I noticed that the Oil Vanish hurts my lungs a whole lot more. Should probably be wearing a respirator or something like that. Alright, so we'll wait, I don't know, I don't think either of them say how long it takes. Let me see if the Gunk says anything. We'll let them sit for, I don't know, 10 minutes, see what happens. It's been 6 minutes, we'll call that long enough. It says a few minutes. For getting technical, a few is commonly 3. So we're just going to do 1 good thumb swipe fingering. Gross. On the opposite corner, and let's see, let's go over here. 1 good thumb fingering. Well, it could be the technique. Let me see if that was what made the difference. Yeah, definitely technique. So I think we can say that the results are, they both are kind of meh. Good to know. now I'm gonna get back to actually cleaning them. All right, we're gonna try to weld a nut to the broken off stud, but to clickbait things up a little bit, he's gonna use a stick welder instead of a wire welder. Well, if it was ever gonna work, this would be the time. Might be 5/8. Could be metric too. I got a 15 right here.
It's turning.
Is it? Okay, let's see if it's a 15. Hell yeah.
Here, grab it.
Alright, yeah. I was honestly just gonna put that off until tomorrow.
At least I accomplished something.
Yeah.
Not just a pretty face.
There's a couple people in the comments that think you do all the work.
Yeah, I don't do the work, you're just holding the camera.
Alright, now that probably the biggest task is done, I'm gonna get back to cleaning the heads. Alright, we got the heads cleaned up about as well as I'm gonna get them. And I'm sure that they'll definitely look better on camera than they do in person, because I left like some areas like in these crevices I couldn't get to with the little brush. But yeah, all I did was just spray them with, I ended up using the gunk a whole lot more than the, I don't remember what it was called. But yeah, the gunk was working a whole lot better. I was actually able to degrease a lot of it. And I don't know, I'm pretty happy with them. They look a whole lot better than they did, that's for sure. Especially if you look in some of the spots that, like I said, I just couldn't really get to very well with the with that little wire brush. And some of the spots that are going to be at the back of the engine, like over here, I'm not worried about anyway. I mostly just wanted to clean all the parts that were going to be visible, all the little nooks and crannies and stuff that are going to be up against the firewall. I'm okay with having those a little grungy still. But the heads are good. That took a little bit longer than I was expecting. So I think what I'm gonna do is pick up the video tomorrow morning. I'm going to run the headers to line over in Clarkson and get those dropped off so that they can get to work on those. And then come back here, start throwing things together. Honestly, I just don't feel like torquing heads right now. So we're on hold for a little bit. And I still need to clean up the valve covers, and I wanna get those painted and looking nice. I'm not sure what color I want to go with on those. I at least want to clean them up. I might leave them bare. I might paint them black. I might try to paint them like a matching color to the headers, but probably not that. I'll probably just clean them up. We'll see. I guess that's it for today. We're gonna pick this up tomorrow. All right, it's the next morning. We're on our way to Clarkston, Michigan to drop off the headers at Line to Line Coatings. I am tired as heck. I am not a morning person. It's about 8 right now. Should be there in about an hour and a half. And then get the headers dropped off, say what's up to the guys, and then cruise back and start throwing the engine back together. All right, there we are. All right, got the headers dropped off and just shooting the shit. We got talking about the shop's little test mule here, this Escort. And he mentioned that it not only blew up, but it destroyed a rod in a way that I have never seen before. That is just so medieval. Like, if I didn't know what that was, it would take me a good couple minutes. That is crazy. You can't even see, well, you can see where the tang goes. Man, and then it just completely, there's so much missing from that. Jesus Christ. God, and this fucking wrist pin is so stuck.
There's part of the skirt.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. The piston skirting is shredded.
And there's part of the cylinder.
God damn, dude. Let's see, is that over here? Good as new. Just get some super glue.
JB welded.
Yeah. That's what it did look like at one time. That needs to be hanging from a wall. It really does.
Just, you know, a little 1.9 liter.
Never even got to turbo it.
No.
Oh,
We
man.
keep trying to talk them into LS swapping it.
Dude, that'd be so much fun. Like, it'd be such a fun sleeper, and they're so cheap.
Right. I mean, we already have one, so wait for the boss to go on vacation and
Exactly.
do all the hard work for him, and when he comes back, he can't say no, because it's already done.
Man, this car's been through so much shit.
It's at like 102,000 miles.
It's so low miles, and it's had the worst life.
And then, like, the last year, the engine's, the top end's been rebuilt, and the pistons have been coated like 3 or 4 times.
Jesus. There might be enough room.
Oh, see, you know, we just cut all that out, and then we just put an S10 front and rear on it.
Oh, switch it to rear wheel?
Yeah.
That'd be the way to do it. That'd be so much fun.
Oh, and see, James has already got it all.
Yeah, he does. I forgot about that.
It has been talked about.
Yeah, let's take a look at that pan and block again. Man, that'd be such a fun sleeper. And there's a couple windows in the oil pan. And then a section of the cylinder missing.
Here's the... Fucked up the journal.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of these things is not like the other sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is phenomenal. And then this bearing. Come on. Like, how did it even get folded like a Z? That is fucking crazy.
Thank you for bringing it, man.
So if the headers look like trash, it's gonna be this guy's fault.
I did it. No, they're gonna look awesome.
Alright, man.
You know, if you have anything you want else done, you can bring it back.
Yeah, if any of you guys want anything done, the only place to go is Line to Line Coatings. Like, they're the only ones that do any powder coating anymore. And they're worth it.
Bring your stuff here. I'll coat it.
The absolute best in the business. Alright, man. I'll catch you sometime next week.
Definitely.
See you. It's always cool to stop by and see those guys and say what's up. But he was saying the powder won't be in until Monday probably. So sometime next week the headers will be done. Probably like Wednesday or so. But that's okay. Not in a big rush with the truck. Don't have anything coming up that I need it for. So let them take their time, do their thing. And I know Sean, he does really, really good work. So genuinely, if you guys are in the area and you need anything done, go to Line, tell them I sent you. You won't get a discount and they won't really care, but you know, just tell them. But now we're just gonna make the hour-and-a-half trek back to the garage, start throwing some of the things back together on the motor, and then just have to keep waiting for more parts to show up. All right, we just got back to the garage. There's not a whole lot left to do today because we're still just waiting on parts. So I'm just going to spray these gaskets and get the heads on, and then maybe do some running around trying to locate some fittings and stuff that I need for the vacuum block. Aside from that, that's pretty much it. Like I said, we're just waiting on parts. I can get the heads on. I can't get the intake on. Well, I don't want to get the intake on until I get the injectors in it. Injectors are supposed to be here tomorrow sometime. I could clean up the valve covers because I want to, like I said, earlier. I either want to clean them up or paint them, something like that. And then we're back to just waiting on some more parts. Alright, we got both sides of it sprayed. On the can it says to allow it to dissolve before assembly. So I guess we'll wait for that and then start throwing things together. Maybe I'll just start throwing it together now. I'm curious how sticky it is. So I'm going to touch. Oh yeah, that's sticky. I'm going to say let's start throwing it together now. Alright, just finished torquing this head. Got that all done, torqued as fuck. Just got the copper spray on this gasket. Start throwing together the passenger side. And while I've been doing all that, I've been letting the valve covers soak in the degreaser. It's been a little while now and I've been going back over and spraying a little more here and there. So hopefully that'll make everything broken down and a whole lot easier to get off. LOL. But now I'm going to start throwing this side together. And then that's one more thing off the checklist before we get old girl all back together and start having some fun with it. Alright, got both heads back on, both heads are torqued down, cleaned off a little bit of the valley pan, and now I'm going to take this high temp red and just make like a little barrier going around the knock sensor in case any water or anything gets down there. Honestly, I've thought about doing this in the past, but I forgot about it, and if it wasn't for someone commenting on the last video suggesting it, I would have completely forgotten. So thank you to whoever it was, I can't remember off the top of my head. Well, I've got it off anyway. Might as well throw some down there.
Oh,
a little bit.
Pressure.
Can always use more low. Alright, got the heads all back together. Got them all torqued down, all the rockers back in, valve covers cleaned up and bolted in place. I'm gonna wait to do the coil packs until I can get the exhaust back on and get the intake back on. Exhaust won't be done until about Tuesday or Wednesday. And the injectors should show up tomorrow. And then I can get the intake back on. But for today, that's pretty much all we're gonna get done. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. We'll see you next time.